giant guitar. It's an attack. This is Eric.
Never mind, let's not go to Earth. 'Tis a silly place. I'm Justin.
Who the fuck is Pia Zedora? I'm Sam.
I am a fire hydrant. I will now pee-pee on a dog. This is Jackie. And this is Voyage of the Rock Aliens on Stinker Madness.
What's that smell?
I don't know about you, but I'm thirsty as fuck. Thirsty as fuck.
Hey, look at these!
Thrill me.
If you come back in here, I'm gonna hit you with so many rides, you're gonna beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Hey, look at these!
No! What? Hangers!
It stinks.
Hangers! Get to the chopper! Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness, the podcast about bad movies for bad movie lovers by bad movie lovers. I'm your host, Justin. With me are always Sam and Jackie. Hello to my good-looking, sometimes co-hosts. Today, you guys are both looking ravishing, just so you know.
It was a long night.
No, I meant it. Like you cover models. I'm looking at couple cover models.
I
here.
usually glow the day after I have ribs.
Yeah, but that's just because you've got barbecue sauce in your hair. It's actually light reflecting on ketchup and maple sugar that's glued to your head.
Jackie and I watched a Richard Grieco movie, and I thought I would try his lookout, and I think it's Sweet Baby Ray's in your hair. Right.
We've also got a very special guest here today for the show. The man who introduced us to Voyage of the Rock Aliens, fan and friend of the show, Eric. Hello, Eric, to you, good sir.
Hello, all you guys. Hello, all podcast listeners. This is Eric. Very glad to introduce you guys to this little movie, and glad to be on the show.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you here.
Well, you have a good radio voice.
Well, he should. He's got his own podcast. Eric, why don't you tell us a little about what you do? We
just want to listen to him talk.
Oh, okay. We talked
Just
about
start talking nonsense, Eric.
We talked about what you do on your podcast about a month ago,
Right.
the Double Loop podcast. But rather than have us yammer on endlessly like I'm doing, why don't you tell us what you do on your show?
So my real job, besides all the podcasting fun, is I'm a forensic scientist, and I look at latent fingerprints. And a colleague of mine and I started 6 years ago the Double Loop podcast, where we talk about fingerprint topics. It's mainly like high level stuff for people in the field that also do those comparisons, but we also have a lot of listeners that just like learning more or hearing forensic scientists talk about inside baseball kind of stuff.
Right.
And sometimes talk about, famous cases, the Making a Murderer, The Staircase, OJ. We've reviewed a bunch of stuff like that as well. So, we've been going strong. We're putting out episode 200 here beginning of this week.
Good for you guys.
So if I put liquid Band-Aid on my fingers, would that stop me from having fingerprints in, like, let's say, bank robbery?
It just is. It might if it's thick enough. But you remember, you'd have to cover your fingers and the whole finger and the palm because there's prints along that whole surface.
Damn it!
But it might be easier to put on gloves. That's the little secret there, is to defeat fingerprint scientists. Gloves is
Who would have
everyone's
thought?
always thinking about, what if I cut my fingers or
Right.
put on this? Just put on gloves. It defeats our entire field.
Stupid criminals.
Yeah.
Well, I know true crime podcasting is like the biggest thing on the planet right now.
Right.
So if we have listeners of the show that I know love true crime as well, so check it out, give it a go. It might be like you say, high level stuff, but I would think that an authority within the field discussing true crime would be a lot better if you're passionate about it than some schmo. Basically, three people that don't know shit about fucking a basement like us. Go straight to the source. It's like getting your news from or your podcasting direct from Magnum PI.
That's true.
A lot of the true crime stuff is like the stories behind it. We try to kind of put a lot of that aside and just look at the forensic, the science
Right.
part of
Yeah.
things when we go into those true crime cases. But also a lot of time is talking about like research and other stuff that fingerprint people do. So
Yeah, cool. And where can people find that at?
anywhere you can listen to podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, or doubleloop.podcast.com.
There you go. Right on. Shall we get into a little backstory on
backstory.
the mystery
Well,
that
if
is?
you guys don't mind, I'd like to fill in a little backstory of my own on this.
Please do.
This movie.
Yes.
So in college in the mid '90s, me and some friends in the dorm started getting into bad movies. We'd watch the videotapes of Mystery Science Theater that we'd find at the video store, or just. But it wasn't like a thing where you could like look up online, these good bad movies. So we just pull random tapes off the shelf and just kind of see what we got, and went to this really tiny, like, I don't know, maybe only like 8-10 feet across, 20 feet deep video store near campus. And just browsing through the aisles, I come across this VHS tape, and it looked amazing. I don't know if you guys have seen the cover of the VHS tape.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's really
all
good.
the characters like flying through space, and it's like a really busy, like hand-drawn kind of cover. Took it back to the dorm, and oh my god, it just blew our minds as I saw someone else online write that if their kid ever asked what were the 80s like, just pop in this movie, and this is this is just the 80s exploding all over your TV screen. And so we returned the tape, and all summer long when I went back home, was telling all my other friends back home about it. Got back to campus, and the video store had closed. So I spent the next about 2 years trying to track down another VHS copy of it. Finally found one, convinced the owners of that video store to sell it to me. So since then, I've just been showing people that I know about it, talking about it, and usually I can, like I did with you guys over that text message or PM I sent over Facebook, just the brief summary of who's in it and what the main plot points are is enough to sell people on watching this crazy movie.
Yeah. It's the same experience essentially that Sam and I ran into with the cult classic Pieces and
Yes.
and America 3000 both.
So in Pieces taught us the lesson in front of the program, Sean, is that when we took it, we got it from the video store and it was a treasure. We just never gave it back and figured whatever the I pretend to destroy it in my car fee was going to be worth it because we'd never find it again.
Yeah, exactly. Some of those you just can't take back.
Yeah.
Sam, why don't you tell us the history or whatever you
Whatever you can find.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's quite a bit about this movie,
There
surprisingly.
is,
So,
oddly enough.
what do you got?
So a guy named James Giudotti had written a script that was, his imagining was that it was going to be like you were flipping through the channels of midnight movies, and it was going to be like a mega spoof of all of these camp midnight movies, and it was going to have a little bit of everything.
You mean like the Frankie and Annette type midnight
No,
movies,
like
or
monster creature features.
Yeah, okay.
And the producers of the film got a hold of it and decided to do a musical instead.
Okay.
I
Because
think
that's the natural progression.
The sea monster is one of the things that stayed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining the scene with the slasher business with the chainsaw.
Correct.
Is stuff that made it through. And that whole scene with the gal and the guy like fixing the chainsaw is probably the largest intact piece of the original script, I would say.
Probably, yeah.
And then the rest of it, it's like, oh, we got Pia Zedora. And then it just became that.
Yeah, the Pia Zedora Spectacular.
Yes. I'll go ahead and tell you that I had no idea who Pia Zedora was until we watched this. I thought it was Persis Kambata.
Nope.
It's not even the same thing. How did I not ever see this person, I guess?
Well, you have. The only experience I have with Pia Zedora is Naked Gun 33 and a third, where they pull her wig off and she's got no hair, and then she falls in a trumpet.
Which
was she famous? Because that's how that movie sells it.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we got Pia Zedora, but Who the fuck is that?
After reading
so
about...
you guys seriously didn't know who? Okay, so Pia Zedora, she was in Santa Claus Conquers the Martian
Yes.
as a
Right.
kid.
Yes.
Which we only know from bad movie trivia, but not.
But then in the late 70s, she marries a billionaire
Yes.
who's 30 years older than her,
Okay.
who then finances her to be in movies, including a movie called Butterfly, had Orson Welles and Stacy Keach,
Yep.
Uh-huh.
and then basically pays off the Golden Globes so that she wins Best New Star from the Golden Globes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
But she also won the Razzie
Yep.
for the same movie, and she was nominated for Worst Actress of the Decade for the 80s, but lost to Madonna.
Actually,
and
no,
she's
she
still in the
won.
running for Worst Actress of the Century in 2000.
Yeah, she won Worst Actress of the Decade. She lost the century to Madonna.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yes.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, and apparently this guy was so rich that he bought Jerry Buss's $7 million mansion and just bulldozed it and built a new one.
Wow.
Yeah, Jerry Buss owned the Lakers before he was dead.
Yeah, right. So she's basically just Anna Nicole Smith, but without massive boobs.
Yeah, and she sings.
Well, yeah, sort of.
Well, she
Apparently
tried to
her
act
music.
first, and that didn't really work out. So then I think that now this is like her trying to sing. And evidently, this song that starts the movie was huge in Europe.
Yeah,
It
yeah, I can
was.
see that.
I also, on one of her bios that I was reading, there was brief talk of this movie, and it said that it gave her the ability to showcase her comedic side. I disagree.
Yeah, what? She wasn't funny in this movie.
I sing, I dance,
Yeah.
I tell jokes. I'm like Tony Danza.
Her album that was made right before this one, Let's Dance Tonight, like half the songs end up in the movie.
Okay.
Let's talk about Craig Scheffer for a second.
Can we not ever again?
How the fuck is this guy in this movie and A River Runs Through It?
Right, which is a cat. He didn't get
He
nominated.
didn't get nominated. Like, the movie, I guess that's how you can talk about strong writing, is that the writing of that novel and film is so strong that it can win Academy Awards, even with Craig Scheffer in it.
Right, because he's awful. I mean, he's
Well,
not
he's
just
Nightbreed.
right.
Nightbreed, yeah.
Nightbreed,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the other big one that I can't remember.
No, I think these are the big three for Chef.
There was another one, but anyways, he is just so bad in everything that he does in this movie. The singing is not him, but his pretend singing is terrible.
It's some of the worst.
He is not a good dancer, and his main thing that he does really well is a poopy face. And you can only get the poopy face is like the F word. You can't just sling it out whenever you want to. You got to nail it.
Yeah.
And you
I
can't.
think he disagrees.
No, you just do it all the time. That's what you do. I'm Craig Scheffer. You listen to me.
Yeah, he's a movie star. Who the fuck are you? Some damn bum in a basement podcasting?
Motherfucking Craig
he can do those
Scheffer.
shirtless push-ups pretty well.
Oh, he's awful.
I threw up in my mouth.
Yeah.
He's
I laughed the hardest during his solo number.
Yeah, the Nature of the Beast song.
Yeah, the Nature of the Beast song. Oh my god,
That was
I laughed
awesome.
so hard I almost fell off the couch.
no, I haven't seen that much suck in one place ever.
Jackie, let's go to you and ask the usual question. Is he the sexy?
No,
Okay.
That fast.
Cleared that one up right away.
there was no sexy in this movie. But not for females or males. There was no sexy in this movie. It was just, I mean, okay, maybe the sea monster was a little bit good looking.
We're not going down the tentacle porn path again with you.
What about the lady that played Rachel's boss in season 7 of Friends?
Oh,
That's the
That's the chainsaw lady.
Remember, that's who she is Rachel. I can't name something more significant than
yeah,
that she's
right.
done.
Okay.
She
Well,
was
I
in
mean-
the John Larroquette show, but then she was the lady that handcuffed Chandler to her chair in Friends.
Yes.
Right. I now remember that.
Well, and the sheriff lady won an Oscar.
Ruth Gordon. Yes.
Yeah.
She's a big deal.
Yeah, Ruth Gordon's a huge deal. She's, of course, Maude in Harold and Maude. It's
Yeah.
probably the most
Yeah,
iconic.
Oscar for Rosemary's Baby. Mm-hmm. 3 more Academy Award nominations for writing. She won nominated for a Tony and won an Emmy for Taxi. She's
Oh,
like huge.
wow.
So is that an EGOT, an Emmy, a Tony? What about are we missing?
She's missing
Grammy?
a Grammy.
Well, if she wrote songs,
And she only got nominated for the Tony.
Oh, okay. No EGOTing. but close. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's better than I got.
Yeah, so I mean, if you really look at the star power in this movie, there's,
Like the band Remus?
Rema?
Remus?
Rama.
Yeah. I thought it was R-H-E-M-A.
Did you guys look up with this band?
Yeah, a little. I knew that the bass player apparently wasn't sexy enough to be in the movie, so they kicked him out of the movie.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That
he didn't
sucks.
screen well or something like that.
Dude, the rest of them did?
Yeah, and then the
What?
guy that plays the lead is actually a child actor that they brought in, so he's not in the band.
Right.
That guy,
Tom
the
Nolan.
child actor, he's still at it and has had minor roles in Pretty Woman, Batman Begins, and Dunkirk.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Whereas Craig Scheffer hasn't done anything since 2016, and it was a Seagal movie.
Right. So he's back where
Hey, he was in
belongs.
One Tree Hill,
I don't know what that is.
That's a
heard of
TV
it.
show.
Yeah. We're missing somebody big, Sam. Are you forgetting someone in this movie?
You're not in the movie, Justin.
John Berryman.
Yeah, John
Michael.
Berryman's
From The Hills Have Eyes guy.
from
Michael
like,
Berryman.
Yeah,
Michael Berryman.
Fucking shit.
from lots of horror movies.
Yeah, from lots of horror movies. But he's on the cover of Hills Has Eyes, and he basically is that guy in this movie. I thought he was great. I
Yeah.
thought he's the only one that did a good job.
There's another person that did a good job.
The Puma.
Bob Giraldi that did the actual music video, not the director of the movie.
Right.
Because that's the same guy that did like Beat It and all those. He's a big deal in the music video scene, and he did that music video that they stuck at the front of the movie that used to be at the back of the movie, but they just kind of reshuffled this deck because nobody liked it, and they figured, let's put the best part at the beginning.
That'll get people involved, and then they'll just sit there and hope that something like that happens again, and it never does.
never
and they're
will.
like, oh, I guess I still don't like that movie.
Or if they leave in the middle of it, they at least saw the best part.
Hey, thanks for doing that.
Yeah. And I guess I mentioned that the director is James Fargo, who I know because he did Forced Vengeance.
Ooh.
His Wikipedia page says he did 2 Chuck Norris movies, but I don't think he did. I think he just did Forced Vengeance. And he also directed The Enforcer, which is Dirty Harry 3, which is also when the Dirty Harry movies get really stupid.
Yeah, that's when it takes a turn. Eric, you got anything else that you want to add on here?
Well, yeah. The voice of the robot / fire hydrant is Optimus fucking
Yeah.
Prime.
Right.
I can't remember that guy's name, though, and I forgot to
Peter
look it up.
Cullen. Yeah. And I'm just amazed the deeper I dig into this. You mentioned the director, who also worked on Jaws and Duel, but the editor edited American Werewolf in London, Trading Places, Three Amigos, and Wayne's World. But the director of photography, the cinematographer, was also the DP for Doctor Strangelove, Hard Day's Night, The Omen, Flash Gordon, and Star Wars. This is the director of photography of Star Wars shot this movie.
Right.
Well, I don't really care about Star Wars. Let's talk about Flash Gordon.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was the... Flash Gordon is like the bee's knees of movies. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. No, I don't know how they put a behind the camera crew of talent when you just look at what's going on, where they want to go in this. You look at the script and you're like, no.
I'll tell you how. Her husband had enough money to bulldoze
Okay,
Jerry
yeah.
Buss's fucking
Okay,
house.
That's a very valid point. And
Yeah, didn't
sign
pay
me
attention.
up. Yeah, sign me up. Hell, I'll sleep with him.
Oh my God. He'd kick you out. You fart too much.
Yeah, sure. All right. Voyage of the Rock Aliens from 1984.
Let's talk about some costume design.
Okay. I'd like to talk about just design in general. Like, let's before we get into the costume, let's talk about their spaceship, because that's the very first thing we see. Is it like, are they just Jefferson's starship? Because it's just a flying guitar through space.
It's a flying V.
Right. Through space, which is what Jefferson's starship did in that goddamn We Built This City music video.
Also sucked.
But yeah, and then we get introduced to the robot, whatever his name is, fire hydrant. We're not going to dig too deep into him, but because for the most part he's just a fire hydrant, which isn't that awesome.
I think his name is 3587.
Yeah, he's just a model number. But he decides that their whole scientific mission, this Guitar Flying V, is a scientific mission to find awesome tunes. And so he warps into space, turns on the computer, they scan through some channels, and find, finally, Earth with Pia Zedora and Jermaine Jackson doing when the wind begins to fall or something
When
like
the
that.
rain begins
Yeah,
to
Rain
fall?
Begins to Fall. That's the song's title.
She was pregnant during the music video.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why she had all the extra clothing on compared to what
I
the rest of
couldn't tell
movie
the
was.
difference.
Yeah. What about this movie? Or I mean, what about this music video? Because that's what I mean. What it
I want
is?
to hear
It's a
Jackie's
music
comments
video.
on the
It's-
costumes for this thing.
yeah. Oh my god.
First off, we have the Sand People
right
from Star Wars
Yeah,
with their weird little headgear things on.
and they're motorcycle.
because of
They're a
Waterworld.
motorcycle gang.
No, they don't have any motorcycles. Then we have the white people with the white clothing
Oh,
on the
okay.
white bikes
Okay, I thought you were talking.
that are their own gang. And they're a part of Steven Tyler's gang because they all have scarves on their
they have
handlebars.
scarves on their handlebars.
Which I would think would be super fucking dangerous.
That's gonna go right in the spokes. Get tangled in
They
chain.
almost look like they're dressed as nuns in like habits.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what we were talking about. I
But then
said it looked. Their hats looked like they had put their pants on backwards over their heads, and then kind of like, I don't know, got like a rubber band or something to keep them on, so that wearing your clothing weird.
It's future fashion. This is what.
Well, speaking of future fashion, what's with the Pia Zedora eyeshadow over just one eye, but all the way up to her hairline?
Right. She saw glitter and was like, "Well, if that bitch can do that, then I can do it. I'm going to put it on my face."
The cat lady has the same thing going on later
And
Cat lady.
in the Craig Scheffer cat music video.
Oh, she had face paint.
She had half face paint.
Okay. So is she from the future because she's got silver paint on her face, or is that like she's part of the gang? Because she's essentially what the motorcyclists call an old lady. She just rides on the back of motorcycles and because there's nobody else. She's the only female in this biker gang. So I think she's either a sex traffic victim where she's been kidnapped and is now just forced to live inside of this biker gang in the future, or she is part of the gang, and that's her symbol. It's like wearing colors. She's got silver on
White?
her face. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, yeah.
wearing
that too.
white. I noticed though that the guy she's riding around with had bigger eyebrows and
Yeah.
more eyeshadow on than she did.
Oh, absolutely.
And when he took off his sunglasses, I was like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah, no.
And then you start looking at the other guys on the motorcycles, and it doesn't matter. They've all got these huge eyebrows
Mm-hmm.
that they've got drawn on.
They've got future eyebrows, Jackie.
And it's like, okay. Like, that's why she only could have one side of her face have eyeshadow on it, because those fuckers used it all before they got to the thing.
Right. The thing. Because the thing that they're going to is just I don't know, where the hell is this place?
A diner.
No, not that. You're jumping way past the music video. They're on this beach in this like burned out, well, it's not even a burned out, it's just a really old hillside town like the Aztecs
or
built
something
it.
like
Yeah,
this.
or like
It's
but
Italy. It's
old
just-
and crappy.
Old place in Italy.
Yeah. And they're like, so, is this place got a bar or what? And then he's like, oh my God, I'm in love with your old lady. And she's like, Jermaine Jackson's pretty good at bass playing, so I think I'm going to hang out with him for a while.
Yeah.
It's good with his fingers.
Yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
You're kind of skipping over that. This is a music video with Jermaine Jackson.
Yes. Right.
I didn't want that to slip past, but yeah, just, because Jermaine Jackson.
Yeah.
So they go on this like mini love story where he steals her away from the motorcycle gang guy, and they get in a dance fight, and then
A lot of crane kicks in this.
a lot of crane kicks.
One of my only notes for the film is that Jermaine is the perfect weapon because he also does the super fast hand punching.
Right?
It's definitely not a real martial art.
No. And at the end of it, after Jermaine Jackson and his crew beat up the white biker gang, they just are like, oh, well, this town sucks. And gets on their bike, and she's like, I guess I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Bye, storybook romance guy, and that's the end of the video.
I kind of like read between the lines that she's like, nope, I like white people better. See ya.
Oh,
It
no!
doesn't say it. It says it as explicitly as you can. They're wearing white underwear on their head and riding white bikes.
Yeah, okay. Not cool.
Not cool.
That's the whole music video, and that's the last we see of Jermaine Jackson. Let's address this now. Do we like this song?
No.
No? You didn't like When the Rain Begins to Fall?
No.
Man, I kind of liked it.
I didn't care for it.
Something about rainbows, and I was like, nope, I'm out.
Eric, where are you out on Rain Begins to Fall?
I have the MP3 on my phone.
Oh, no! You and Justin are going to be jamming
I'm
out
a
later.
sucker for 80s movies, and this is the cheesiest of cheesy 80s songs.
Oh, it totally
It's
is.
terrible, but I love it because
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Yeah, I've got the Megaforce theme on my phone, so I can't fault you there at all.
Yeah. No, I like this track. This type of track, if when I was 5 years old, I would have been a sucker for. I would have been like, oh my God, Jermaine Jackson's the best. I kind of still was that way.
You're like that way now.
Yeah,
You were
exactly.
geeking out on Jermaine pretty hard during this whole
Yeah,
sequence.
I like Jermaine Jackson. I'm not going to lie. He's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Well, and he's trying his best to look like his brother in this one, because at one point he's got on like the military
Right.
lapel kind of jacket.
Yep,
and
I noticed that.
He's got the little curl down on his forehead at one
Yep.
point.
Before his brother had his hair set on fire.
Ha, bastard. Oh, sorry. If I was Jermaine Jackson, I'd probably be like, ha,
Take it, you
take it, you successful son of
little
a bitch.
brother who helped me get super famous when we were kids.
All right, maybe he
Yeah, I
wouldn't
don't
do
know.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, so the robot sees this video and he's like, yeah, sure, Earth will work. The computer agrees. Like, yeah, this is going to be a good place to check out some rock. and
It
some
just says,
people.
why not?
Yeah, whatever. Sure.
Super funny.
I'm out of gas, I guess, so let's stop here. And so he has to wake up the crew. And they're little action figures that he puts into a tube, and I guess it's like
Unshrinking them.
yeah, like one of those
Rehydrated, maybe?
little sponge dinosaurs
Yeah.
that you got that you put in the sink, and oh my God, it went from a pill to a giant dinosaur because they shoot out of the tube and they're full grown men.
To a giant. It's always like a 3-inch dinosaur sponge. And you're like, wow, this is slightly more appointing than if Remus was to come out of the pills.
I really, really liked this.
With that they are little guys and
Yeah,
they become big guys,
Yeah, and that they go through the clear tube. You see their little action figures getting sucked through.
right?
And then the one doesn't come out right, so they have to put him back in.
Yeah, and he still comes out upside down after they put him back in.
Yeah.
Because he's the goofy one.
These poor bastards had to do 2 months of acting classes to be in the movie.
dude, really?
Both bands. Like, because you need real bands to do this shit. Honestly.
Oh man, that's because it didn't make a difference.
No.
No.
Oh boy.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Like, what a waste of 2 months of your life.
And as Eric wrote to us, these guys really are shitty Devo. Like, there's Devo, then there's shitty Devo, and then there's
Remus?
shitty Devo. And that's what these guys are.
So the little background with these guys is actually from Phoenix, like me. They in the 70s they tried to be like 70s Christian rock,
Whoa.
and then evolved into let's try to copy Journey and
Oh my gosh.
REO Speedwagon.
Uh-huh.
That was popular, and then by this time they saw Devo and Thomas Dolby and were like, oh, let's do that.
Yeah. Right.
You know what? I got news for you.
Hmm.
If you can't make it as a Christian rocker,
Ooh, yeah.
you don't have a rock career.
Yeah, it's time to walk away.
Because I swear to God, they'll put anybody who's like, I love the Jesus. Doesn't matter what you're singing about. Doesn't matter what, font you're in.
Font?
Yeah.
Country, rock,
Comic
pop,
Sans.
Comic Sans, Geo-Gothic. They will put your ass on the radio and you will sell millions of albums with your Jesus hits.
Yeah.
Comic Sans. Okay. Pretty weird, Jax, that you describe them by their font. They do a bunch of goofy stuff. They play another music video of them doing a music video, but it sucks. It's not
Well,
produced
okay,
by
so
any means.
and a
It's
little interstitition, a minute 50 seconds from the end of
right.
Jermaine Jackson to I timed out the because I've always been curious about how long you can go between music videos in this movie, and it's less than 2 minutes here.
Oh boy!
But
I hope you have the clock on all of them.
One of my favorite parts of this movie is the literal interpretation of the lyrics in the music video.
Uh-huh.
So at the one point, the lyrics are, "We had the world in the palm of our hand, then we turned around and dropped it." And in the music video, the lead singer, who's not the lead of the Aliens, they put the actual lead singer on there, is holding a big, like, 3-foot wide globe in his hand, turns around in a swivel chair, and then drops it.
Right, because
I liked that part.
you have to show what that looks like, otherwise we wouldn't understand the meaning of the music.
Yeah. The summit of music video in 1984
is interpretive dance. Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. They couldn't just sing, "We've got the whole world in our hands," right? It didn't work out for them in their previous Christian rock business.
Yeah, that's true.
So they had to, like, jazz it up a little bit, right? Devo out and, give it a new spin.
Maybe
Drop a globe on the beatdown cam.
That's right. Bam!
Maybe that line is a metaphor for from where they were before. They also went to a rock planet and were like, yeah, we became kings because we love rock so much that they were like, oh my God, these guys from space are our gods and masters. Let's worship them. And then they, like, ate all the food and got kicked off the planet.
You ate all the potato salad. You're out of here.
You're out of here, my lord.
My lord.
Because, they worship them like gods. They came from space, Sam.
Sure. Just don't eat all the potato salad, I
Don't
guess.
do that. It's rude. So they do arrive over Earth, and we get introduced to the location where the movie takes place is Lake Erie, on the shores of Lake Erie.
Which is a dump.
2 E's.
Yeah, right. It's
swimming, no diving,
yeah.
no blah, 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 no kidding.
It's
I loved the sign.
gone to toxic waste. This is essentially what the Toxic Avenger falls into to become Citizen Toxie. But it also has, like, lake monsters living in it that have been mutated by the
What are
toxic
they
waste.
called? It's the same monster that's in the trash compactor
Yeah, right.
in Star Wars.
It is, pretty much. We never
Only
see its
big.
face. It's just a tentacle monster.
Actually, it's also the monster at the end of the graphic novel version of Watchmen.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
No, that has a face. It's a big eyeball.
Oh, it does
Well,
have an eyeball.
I'm just going to throw this out here now. The lake monster is one of my favorites
Okay.
in this movie.
All right.
Because he just kind of shows up in, like, weird shots. He's just in the background sometimes, like, do. There's his arm.
What is the lake monster's motivation?
He seems to be sexually motivated.
That's kind of what I'm getting to, because he doesn't eat anybody. He doesn't pull him into the lake and like, they have to have fucking Frodo get saved by Gandalf or anything like that.
He tries to get that one guy that was making out on the beach with Hairspray Lady.
Yeah, well, we don't know what he did with that guy.
He couldn't get him because Fat Jogging Lady stepped on him.
Yeah, exactly. And Fat Jogging Lady was super offensive since we're talking about her.
Yeah.
She had
Yes,
on
she was.
she had on like a survival vest and it had like candy bars and shit strapped to it.
Yeah.
And like a thing of Coke, and she's just like running through there. It's like, are you diabetic?
Yeah, is she
Why
exercising?
Why do you have this life vest thing on that's full of candy bars? And I'm sorry, but that just fucking pissed me off so bad. I was like, that looks like me. I'm a big fat ass, and I don't run with candy bars taped to my shirt.
You just ran down the hall and took all of the peanut butter cups out of your survival vest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was
he
like,
doesn't
I don't
touch it.
do that. That doesn't.
All right,
God
so
damn it.
Jackie, question here now that we got into the next music video,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think you can cover it all just at the top of the episode talking about costumes here.
Right.
But costumes here with Pia Zedora walking out with the Union Jack cut-off T-shirt and the red capris and the crossed belts and headband. I mean, this might be the 80th part of the whole movie.
It might be.
Is all the costumes here in this scene.
And
It's my favorite costume that she has.
it's also.
So I'm glad you brought it up.
It's also very much poorly produced than the previous music video that she was in, and her dance number sucks. Like you're interested into the full glory, or you're introduced to the full glory of Pia Zedora right here. Whereas before it was like, oh, okay, maybe she's just like she was vanity good in the first music video, which is not good, but she's vanity good. That's not terrible because she didn't have a lot of opportunity to screw anything up. She just gave moopy face to Jermaine Jackson. But in this one, she is doing good. The singing and the dancing and the jumping around and hustling her shoulders side to side and doing every crappy 80s dance you possibly can, and it all sucks.
Yeah. It kind of looks like a jazzercise video.
Right. Yeah.
That is exactly what I thought. Like, she's got her hands above her head and she's pumping hard, Get those arms moving, ladies.
I want to see those kicks.
Kick higher.
Yeah, I can't say vanity good because vanity is easy to look at.
Right.
So when I'm watching this, my first thought is like, I'm fading back into Xanadu going, is she less attractive or more attractive than Olivia Newton-John here? What do we got going on?
I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb because when we did Xanadu, we kind of threw Olivia Newton-John under the bus because her dancing is mediocre.
Yeah.
Compared to Gene Kelly, who is a master.
Sure.
I think she's better. I think Olivia Newton-John's better in dancing than Pia Zedora.
Yeah, she's better at singing and easier to look at too.
Yeah. No, Pia Zedora stinks.
Eric's back over
I
there
don't know.
going.
It takes a whole lot of talent to walk between those swings perfectly timed.
Oh my God, I was waiting for her to get wiped out. I was like, I wonder how many shots that they did where somebody just fucking kicked her
right in the side of the head, and she takes a face full of sand.
Yeah.
Be awesome.
Makeup.
No, just roll with it. So this guy named Frankie shows up, who's Craig Scheffer, and he is mad at everybody for having fun on the beach and singing and dancing because he is the ruler of the teenagers in this town, I guess, and he decides when they sing and dance. And if he's not there, then he clearly didn't decide that they could sing and dance. Yeah. So now he's like, you're breaking the rules, my rules.
Freelancing music videos on the goddamn beach. What the hell is this?
Yeah, right. But he's also like a tough guy. He's like a 50s put a cigarette pouch in his sleeves.
He doesn't have a shirt on.
And he's got but I mean, he's supposed to be a tough guy.
He's like right out of the movie Outsiders, only
right?
Once he came out of the movie, they really glammed the shit out of his face.
Oh, he looks good.
Hit him with a hairdryer. Jesus.
And he looks good with lip gloss on because there are some close-ups in this film where it's like, oh, I see that we've changed the shade of your lip gloss for this one.
His poopy face.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
He's I don't think I've ever seen anybody be this pouty in a goddamn movie.
Especially a quote-unquote tough guy.
Tough guy.
He's the leader of the pack. They didn't even bother to give the gang like a proper name.
Yeah.
It's just called the pack.
Yeah, he's the leader of the pack. Vroom, vroom. Yeah, no, it's baffling that he cares so much about the singing and dancing. And he is Dee Dee, Pia Zedora's character's name, her boyfriend. But she's not allowed to sing in the band, even though he knows that she can, quote unquote, sing and dance.
Yeah.
So I think he's also a little bit upset.
She sings more than he does.
Right.
He keeps protest. He keeps getting angry that, because he's supposed to be the singer of the band. He never sings in the band.
No, there's another guy.
Right,
the only
there's
time
the other guy that sings.
Yeah, because isn't the only time he sings in this movie is the Call of the Beast or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he takes over for Jermaine when they redo the same track from the beginning.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
But they don't record new vocals. They just use Jermaine stuff.
And they seriously, I'll just wait for it, but God, the end of the music video. It's from the fucking mall. Like, we all got to be in that music video.
We also got to introduce Sheriff Ruth Gordon. She's the sheriff in town. She spots the aliens coming in from their spaceship. We should mention that they travel / teleport using a phone box, which is 84's before Bill and Ted, but I guess it's also after Doctor Who.
And Superman.
And Superman. Yeah, I guess everything just happens in a phone booth.
I don't know. I think you're missing the most important thing here. Is that she's spying on her neighbor lifting weights. She's being a perv.
He's doing cock thrusts.
Yeah, he was in Tidy Whitey's doing cock thrusts.
He's not even working out.
Is that a thing? Do you guys, I don't know, Eric, you should weigh in on this. Do you guys just stand in front of a window doing the cock thrust?
Only when I know that Ruth Gordon's watching.
Yeah, in fact, he does such a strong cock thrust that's how he knocks her telescope up and she sees the aliens that way.
Right.
And this is one of my, there's a few lines that I just love, and this is one I opened the show with. You know, just her line read, again, Academy Award winning line read here of, there, here, giant guitar, it's an attack.
Yeah, she thinks it's an alien invasion, so she's going to go take these motherfuckers out, I guess. Which is pretty much the end of that plot line. I mean, she doesn't get into a whole lot of hijinks. She's not fucking...
till the end.
Chief Mauser from Police Academy. She's not gumming up the works very much at all throughout the rest of this movie, which I kind of is bummed about because I wanted to see, you know, some shenanigans with Ruth Gordon doing stuff.
Well, she has the best joke in the movie, but we'll get to that later.
Okay. So they land, and they turn their robot buddy into a fire hydrant, and they spot some teenagers at Lover's Lane because they're not just there to like observe rock; they're there to observe all culture or surrounding rock music, and one of them appears to be trying to rape his girlfriend, and she's like, "No, I can't," and so they're like, "Okay, zap," and they take off everybody's clothes.
And then there's like some titties here.
There's some titties in a PG movie.
Yeah, you're like, whoa, titties. They're really fast, so you don't get a good look at them, but you're still like, oh, those were titties.
Is this a kid's movie? Because
Yeah.
I kind of thought this was a kid's movie, and then there's topless ladies, so I'm not sure.
And then, well, they have some strong language later, too.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell because there's like, oh, look at bad stuff in the shitter. Like, wait,
Right,
what?
yeah.
What kind of movie is this?
I liked this scene setup.
Okay.
Because the guy's getting nowhere with his girlfriend, right? So he starts wishing on the stars to help him.
Right.
And then everybody's naked. I thought it was funny.
But so they steal their clothes, but only one guy ends up wearing any of the clothes.
Yeah.
I don't really get, but
Yeah.
Well, no, they all change. It's just half the aliens get the guy clothes and half the aliens get the girl clothes from Lover's Lane. But in the very next scene, 10 seconds later, they're just all back in their purple space uniforms.
Yes. Oh, man. So they go into basically Mel's Diner, which is the teenage hotspot. It's where
Officially titled Local Teenage Hangout.
Yeah, exactly. We want to be, we don't want people to get lost. And they've got the Pack is in there playing. So we get a music video from them. Eric, what's the timer?
6:51 since the last
Yeah.
one. This is
We've
one of the
gone a
longer
ways.
stretches in between music videos.
That's a
But
long.
that's actually one of my favorite songs here, Justine.
Justine.
It's basically just a rockabilly, Brian Setzer or Stray Cats song.
Yeah, I don't.
And you could just immediately tell that this band, they're called Jimmy and the Mustangs, were the band. They are way more talented than the Rima band.
Right, but they don't fit. Like it's so weird that they chose to go with this opposite that's rockabilly.
Yeah.
When rockabilly is not exactly hot shit in 1984.
It's never. Rockabilly is always on the fringe.
This is peak
Yeah.
rockabilly from when the Stray Cats were big.
I thought the Stray Cats were big in like 86, 87.
I think it was this time.
All right. Well, maybe they are onto something, but I thought it was a very strange opposing musical style to the new wave-ish of the shitty Devo.
Maybe that was just number one and number two was Stray Cats and Devo.
Yeah.
The week that her husband decided to pay for this shit.
Just do these. That's what the kids like.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like Thriller just came off of the top 3 list, and he doesn't pay any attention to that at all. I guess he kind of
had he waited a week, it would have been like John Cicada in Dire Straits. Then it would have been a really confusing movie.
So they come in, the Devo band, and sit down, and they make it instantly weird because they don't know how anything works on Earth, so they gotta be goofballs about it and shove straws up each other's nose and eat too much sugar, mess with the
pull
napkins
out of the napkin dispenser, which is kind of magical if you think about it. It just keeps replacing.
Yeah, well, what is this thing? It's like the endless scarf that magicians pull out of you.
You know what's weirder than that, though, is in the same scene, Frankie is back there pouring pepper into his hand and eating it.
Well, he's a tough guy. That's what tough guys do, Jackie.
Just eat pepper.
Just eat pepper. Yeah, I gotta hang out and eat this pepper. They'll disrespect my turf later.
Probably sneeze on your friends and lug all over them. It's going to be gross.
Either that or you have shit in your teeth.
Right.
Pepper always gets stuck in your teeth.
Yeah, well.
Poor oral hygiene on that man.
You're not really worried about what your teeth look like if they're clean if you're a tough guy. Dirty is good.
No, nobody likes shit in your teeth.
Okay, all right. I guess I don't know much about being a tough guy. So
He can't. No, she's right. He's like, I'm going to kick your ass. You've got some asparagus in your teeth.
Oh, hold on.
Geez. Oh, geez. Never mind.
So they're outside making it weird in the restaurant. Meanwhile, Pia Zedora, Dee Dee, is in the bathroom talking to her pal about how Frankie is this controlling b-hole, but she still likes him because she's down with the D. And so then we get another musical number.
Yep.
Eric, what's the clock?
4 minutes.
4 minutes! This one is super bizarre because it involves singing and dancing in shitters.
And you can see
they're pooping.
They're pooping. Their
pooping.
underwear are down around their ankles, and they're moving their ankles around, and the underwears are flopping everywhere. And then one person doesn't even have underwears.
Right.
They're just in there.
As it's panning across, you see like all these girls under the stalls, and it's just close up looking under the stalls at feet dancing with their underwear around their ankles. And as it goes across, you got boxers and you got just all sorts of different kinds. And then the second to last girl has. I've always wondered about this because I'm looking at a better copy online now than what I used to watch on the VHS. But it's like this. Pausing it looks like there's like a cartoon character on the front of her undies.
Oh, okay.
But as it goes by kind of quickly, especially in the old VHS copy, it just looked like a giant poo stain because it's yellowish brown color.
I know what Eric's talking about. I thought it was poo, but it didn't make any sense because it was on the front of her undies and a little off to the side. And I'm like, how do you poo on the front of your undies?
Yeah.
Talent.
And then, the last girl just going commando.
Right. Yeah. And they're bouncing in and out of the toilets,
They,
jumping all around.
Break into an unwiped dance number.
Right. I mean, I guess if you're in a public bathroom and somebody starts a flash mob, what are you gonna do? Not join it?
Yeah.
Time out, guys. I've got to wipe first.
Yeah.
Can somebody spare a square? Oh, boy. Okay, so she basically tells everybody, yeah, I'm with him because of the ding-dong in that song. She comes out of the bathroom and gives the ABCD guy, the lead guy of the band, kind of a googly eyes, and he proceeds to explode.
He blows up.
He does the
Some
hot
guys
under
will
the collar
do
thing.
anything to impress a girl.
Right.
Yeah. They're like going around getting his limbs and shit.
Which leads to, guess what? A fucking music
music video.
A minute later.
Is this is the song that's like Tractor Man or something?
Combine Man.
Combine
And,
Man.
Combine
It's another just terrible Devo.
I had read. Oh, go
I
ahead.
think it's the worst song in the movie.
It might be.
I read that the guy that wrote it, the lead singer, worked at a mental asylum, and this was the lyrics to this were verbatim stuff that a crazy guy would say.
Yeah, so because he's exploded, they teleport back to the ship and with all his body parts, stick him in machines and rebuild him via goofy comedy and hijinks.
Yeah.
And so now he's back okay. But then they end the music video like with a really hard cut to them standing on a tractor with people all around and going, yay!
Like they've been hearing the song the whole time.
Right. So did they just play a show and we didn't get to see it?
Yeah.
And who's this fucking farmer that they've talked into? Like, hey, give us a ride on your tractor, because the tractor is moving when we cut into the shot. So, I mean, is he just driving around in like a circle? Are they putting on their own parade in the middle of town?
Right, we're a space band on a tractor.
Thanks, guy.
Thanks, guy. And apparently it's the bomb because Dee Dee comes running up and she's like, "Oh my God, you guys are amazing. You have to play the high school
That's not Dee Dee.
talent show." Or no, her friend. Yeah, you're right.
Diane.
Her name's Diane.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's like, you guys have to play the high school talent show because that's basically what it is. It's the battle of the bands that's happening down at Heidi High tonight.
What's it called? It has a stupid name.
Heidi High.
Cotillion.
No, that's the school, but what's it called? The show?
The Cotillion.
The Cotillion.
What does that even mean?
I think it's like a fancy dance for, like, I don't know, rich people or something.
Like it's
I
just
don't know.
zillions? Zillions of the dance?
But yeah, so they start like picking on Diane's clothes and her hair, and she's like, as she's inviting them to the dance, they're like assaulting her.
They're getting in there pretty good.
They're stealing her shit.
But they introduce themselves as they're Absid, FG, Jack Lim. This is all just the alphabet. My
Right.
favorite, Nopqueer, and Stuvitz and AU.
I wonder if that's their, like, if that theme ran into the Not movie thing. Like, if they're like Daft Punk, like, that's their characters if they ever went on tour. I mean, I don't know.
I think so, because then the lead guy Absid isn't in the band. He
Right,
is the
yeah.
actor that they hired for the acting talent. He's just terrible.
Right. Yeah, so he agrees as long as Dee Dee's going to be at the show because he's now head over heels in love with Dee Dee. And then guess what? He has a fantasy about her, and it's a music video.
3 minutes.
And he eventually goes back to the diner with this electronic love potion number 9 jobber. It's this little device that the rock aliens have to, I guess, seduce women.
It's Sonic GHB.
Sonic GHB.
At this point, they haven't even really tried to pick up any women, so I'm not quite sure why they thought we need a device.
Right, maybe he could just start with, "Hi,
Can I buy you a milkshake?
I'm Absid. Let's have some dumplings."
Would you like to share my cheese fries?
Right. Yeah, cheese fries is probably more dinery than dumplings. You know, whatever.
It's a good thing you two are already married to each other. 'Cause
Yeah.
You can pick up shit with those lines.
We're right now. That's working for me. I'm hot. And so I guess he set it to the wrong setting, or it doesn't work on Earth or whatever, but it's set basically to dude.
Yeah.
And so he ends up in a man pile.
It's set to gay joke, and it's not funny.
It's not funny.
It's not. It's offensive. But again, it was the '80s, so nothing was offensive, I guess. But my favorite part is when the dirty. He kind of looks like the cook from You Can't Do That on Television.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
He starts joining the man pile.
Like, it's uncontrollable. And so they break it by man-piling him, the device, and she pulls him out. So she is like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Absid? Are you going to be at the show tonight?" And he's like, "Yeah, but what we want you to do is we want you to sing as part of our band." And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm not allowed to sing because of repression, but yeah, I'll do it." So now Frankie's really got a problem with this whole situation.
He doesn't know yet.
He does now because he just walked in. He sees them together. He's like, "Oh, motherfucker, not on my watch. Because I'm a misogynist. And also, I'm tough, ? And good looking, ?
Question mark. His
Okay,
hair
so-
is amazing.
I gotta ask. So she's telling Acid to go to the bathroom, the ladies' bathroom,
Right.
and hide.
Bail. Yeah, get out of here.
So, how have you guys ran to the women's restroom to hide from a group of
It's
thugs?
not the worst. Well,
Would you?
no.
No.
Not these thugs. That's for sure.
Yeah, these guys specifically, I would not run from.
No. What are you going to do? Give me the poopy face to death?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. So they take him outside, and they've got weapons, they've got chains and knives and lead pipes, and
They're gonna kill him.
They're gonna kill him. They got tough guy weapons.
They got a hatchet.
Axe.
Yeah, exactly, Eric. They've got an axe.
Yeah, who doesn't just have one of those when you're a tough guy roaming greaser gang
That murders people.
that murders people?
Because they just
in between songs, of course.
like you think that they're gonna just rough him up, and they're like, no, we are set to murder immediately. Like that escalated a little too fast.
But fortunately for him, he's got this plastic shield device thing that he
It's
can
supposed to
enable.
be a force field, but it's just fucking plastic.
It's just plastic.
Yeah, it's space plexiglass.
Yeah, exactly. So stupid looking.
Well, and at one point the gang takes a break, and they're trying to figure out like why can't we hit this guy? Maybe he knows kung fu, maybe he knows Scientology.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
But then they've already attacked him with an axe, and then the big saxophone player guy with the skunk hair, takes out the ultimate weapon, puts on brass knuckles. Like,
Right.
That's not the escalation.
They're
No.
like, that's gonna do it.
We tried a knife and an axe, but yeah, brass knuckles.
The big gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it doesn't work. And then he just like does the comedy, his hand and arm shake because he punched the plexiglass so hard. It's awful. Meanwhile, one of the other band members, I can't remember which one, has gone to learn about people at the insane asylum.
Sure.
Because why not?
Why not?
I'm guessing he's the one that worked at the one.
No, it was supposedly the lead singer.
Okay, interesting.
This whole scene is like, there's a couple of scenes from the original script that we're not going to drop, and we need this one to get those back into the movie.
Yeah, because this whole thing just sets up these two mental patients escaping the mental institution who are crazy murderers, I guess.
One of them
Well,
has
it's
got
Michael
a...
Berryman. Look at him.
Yeah, yeah.
The other guy's just like pulling a cart.
He's got a air, like a oxygen tank. Like,
Yeah.
he's got a scuba oxygen tank.
I don't know if it's
that's scary.
supposed to be menacing, but it's just a guy with emphysema walking slow.
And they go into a gun store and buy all of the guns except for the bazooka, because that'll be here in a couple days.
Yeah, but they got 2 rocket launchers.
Yeah, right.
That are better.
I guess.
Well, they're newer. Like a bazooka is an actual like World War II shit.
Yeah. I don't know. Why did they decide to buy all the guns? Because it seems like they're staging something and then they never use any of the guns.
No,
Well, it's to set up one of the jokes for Ruth Gordon, because while she's obsessed with these aliens, she sees these psychos walking by with a shopping cart full of weapons and claymore mines, and comments, "There's a fine example of our right to bear arms."
Right. They end up at the gym because, of course, that's where they've got to join the movie somehow. So now they live at the gym and are hanging out at the gym, and they're going to be psychos at the gym where the rock bands or the Battle of the Bands is happening that night.
So real quick before we get to the cotillion, I just want to mention my favorite joke of the movie is Ruth Gordon and the deputy find that someone's been murdered at the fried chicken place or something, and the body is underneath the sheet. And so Ruth Gordon comments that she hates having to call up the family of murder victims, but she gets on the phone, and in a very polite voice she asks, "Am I speaking to the widow of John S. Lamont?" And on the phone you hear, "Oh no, you must be mistaken. I'm not a widow." "The hell you're not."
Yeah.
That always gets me. I think that's the best joke of the movie.
Yeah.
It's just this little old Ruth Gordon calling to notify the victim's family.
Yeah, right.
Toughest part of the job.
The worst
zingers.
Yep.
Zingers. So her deputy also goes out to look for the psychos, or I mean the aliens, because she's still on Find the Aliens plot, and he runs into the main escapee, Chainsaw,
Yeah.
and gets into a big fight with him. that's pretty silly.
This was just weird
I don't-
because there's some old man sleeping in the
Right.
background of this fight.
What is that old man doing?
I don't know. Like, it looks like he's reading the paper, but he doesn't move, and there's like an empty bottle of whiskey there.
Uh-huh. Did the deputy die?
No,
No.
'cause the climax of the fight is they go through enough appliances that finally Berryman ends up with a can opener, like an electric one,
Right.
and then the deputy defends himself with tomato soup,
Uh-huh.
and then he just gets icky,
Covered in tomato soup.
and then there was some whipped cream, I guess, that was ended up on the cutting room floor because he's covered in white stuff, and he calls the
They toothbrushed
sheriff.
him to death.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
The
The
automatic toothbrush.
toothbrush was the climax.
I guess he goes down because of the automatic toothbrush.
But then he calls the sheriff and reports in that he lost a fight to a murderer.
She's like, I don't care. Get back
in.
over here.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not doing my job good. I'm headed back in.
You might say he had a brush with death.
He said that.
I think he said something else, actually.
Yeah,
No, something like that.
Yeah, you got the
brush off.
Yeah, you got the brush off. I like mine better. Of course I do. So now we've got the Battle of the Bands. Devo takes the stage, and then the Pack takes the stage, and they have the exact same scene from Xanadu where the opposing sides of music end up playing the same song.
It happens to be off of Pia Zedora's album this time.
Right. Which the lyrics are dance, 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 everybody dance, 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 dance.
You wouldn't be surprised to find that the album is titled "Let's Dance Tonight."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would seems to fit well. I don't know if she's going to be put in the same category as, say, John Lennon or, say, Paul Simon for music writing, because it's just dance, 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 dance.
I mean, Lionel Richie at least did it on the fucking ceiling.
Yeah, right.
All right, Jackie, I got to ask about the costume here. So Pia Zedora gets transformed into a white, spacey, V-neck, sleeveless, big-shouldered jumpsuit with like a future space scrunchie on the top of her head and giant glittery pockets.
Pockets. So she can hold her keys.
Well,
Her
no,
future
it's for the choreography, because the first full half of this song, everyone in on the dance floor has their hands in their pockets and they're doing like this pocket shoulder dance.
Right.
This is this is amazing, and especially with the like Pia Zedora's dance partner for most of the music video. It's got this receding hairline, and it's supposed to be a high school dance.
Yeah, right.
The
Who's that
mustache guy?
Mustache Ron.
Yeah, mustache guy.
What's he doing there?
And what's with the lady with the holes in her shirt costume?
I don't
I
remember.
didn't see
Why at
her.
a high
I saw
school
her.
dance. That's the biggest problem with this movie.
So, Jackie, Pia Zedora's white jumpsuit here.
There were a couple of shots of her that made her look like she had a dick.
Yeah.
And I kept watching for it. And then there were some shots where it looked like she had no underoos on.
I don't think she had underoos, Jax.
She was camel toeing it pretty
Jade.
hard.
Yeah, I don't think you saw. I think you saw Shadow from Toe, and you just thought that there was a little bit more package. She may be also pretty fluffy down there, and maybe there was a little,
You don't need to explain this to me. I saw a dick. It was like clear
She-
up,
well, she
like a
clearly
hard-on dick.
Does not have a hard-on dick, Jackie. I'm pretty sure that would have
really
made the
big
news.
pockets.
Pia Zedora's got a hard-on dick.
That's the headline.
Yeah.
And after this, the weather.
The billionaire's wife actually has penis.
You don't know that. She could be a hermaphrodite.
She's not.
All right. Anyway,
I think you see dick in places where there's not dick.
that's just what I noticed about this jumpsuit. It's a little flimsy in the crotch
It
area.
was pretty bad in the crotch area.
But overall, I thought it pretty much rocked. It was not as good as the opening British flag outfit, but for her outfits for the rest of the movie, this was definitely number 2.
What about the sweater that had USMC on it? Like just
Right.
stickered on there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like a
she had
sweater
on the
dress.
belt.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We didn't ask Eric. What's our time count here for the dance, dance, dance?
Well, we've had a couple other songs, but it kind of mixed in. But this one, let's see, about 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
4
Okay.
or 5 minutes since the last music
Yeah,
video.
that seems about right.
And this one, I love how the Devo band, they're doing these like high kick, spin kicks over the keyboard and rocking with the keytar.
Yeah.
That just totally 80-ising out. Yeah, and then of course to really cap off the 80s tone, the whole song dance number ends with the moonwalk.
Yeah, I noticed that, and they won. I think they won the rock off the Space Devo, right?
Sure.
Because people were kind of like,
Sure.
yay.
I think that it's like any war.
Uh-huh.
It was the people that lost.
Right. When the elephants dance, it's the ground that loses.
My favorite part about this whole thing, right, because it goes on for quite a while.
Yeah, this is a long dance number.
But my favorite thing is when the principal gets up there and he's like, hey, there's a killer. We need to shut down this fancy ball we're having.
Right.
And he gets hit in the head with like a sandbag.
Yeah, by the other psychopath, which implies that these guys are just running around killing teenagers off camera.
Yeah. Or that guy's running the lights for this dance battle.
Right, but the principal says there's been murders.
That's what the equipment that he rolls around is. It's not the oxygen tank. It's all the equipment to work the lights for this.
Yeah, right.
It's a lot of lights and some robotics in there.
Oh, brother. Okay, so Dee Dee and ABCD go to the lake together. So they're having their own little falling in love dealy thing. And her friend, Diane, is now being chased around by Chainsaw, who is giving us his typical slasher act until his chainsaw breaks. And she's like, you son of a bitch, you don't take care of that chainsaw.
Yeah.
So then she starts helping him rebuild his chainsaw.
In context, this scene may have actually been funny. It's just like, what is going on here now?
Right.
Well, they really crank up the sexual innuendo here of hey, that's no way to treat your tool. You want me to give it the first pull,
right?
And but maybe it's just Michael Berryman, but I thought these two had a whole lot more chemistry together than Pia Zedora and the alien
absolutely.
guy.
Yeah,
because they're just terrible together. But these two kind of work together, play off each other and stuff.
Yeah, I spotted that too. And Michael Berryman's just good. Period.
Exactly.
So Absid tells her that Dee Dee that they're from space, and she's like, "Oh, I don't really care about that. That sounds neat. Let's go check out your spaceship." So they teleport in, but a couple of the pack guys see them go in. So they're like, "Hey, wait a minute, something fuzzy's going on here."
Teleportation.
And here's the line that for some reason my brother and I will still quote to each other in just random situations is when the pack guy first sees him go up into the spaceship, he just kind of is stunned and like, "Oh, that's not normal," and then just says, "Acid flashback."
Right.
Yeah.
But that's still a line. I don't know why there's things that stick with you, but it'll just it'll come up. Something will come up every once in a while, just saying, "Oh, acid flashback."
Yeah. I thought because he said that whole thing was not going to go anywhere, but it does, because Frankie now is like, he just storms out and he's like, "The pack is done. I'm breaking up the pack. You guys are dickheads. Get out of here."
Yeah.
Wait, what? Okay, why? Pia Zedora broke up with me, and now my band's got to break up too because of what? Like, I don't get why he does this.
Is he even in the other band?
Right? Is he in the pack at all?
Yeah, he's the guy smoking a cigarette in the back with a tambourine.
Right? He's Peter Tork.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. So then he gives us Jackie's favorite musical number, the Nature of the Beast song. And what are we at on time now?
Well, this is kind of a long stretch of like plot, and this is kind of for me where the movie starts to fall apart. I mean, because it's been 8.5 minutes since the music video happened.
Gosh.
And,
oh man, what were they thinking? 8.5 minutes without a song?
That's like 3 music videos right there.
But this, oh my goodness, this music video of Craig Scheffer just strutting around, and then there's a cougar because it's the nature of the beast, and
Right.
the locker. He opens his locker in the school, and it's like a whole wall of lockers where the cougar lives in there.
I guess
It's like a
and
foof
there's a
room,
poster
though, too.
of Pia Zedora all glammed up with like a chain frame around it. It is.
It's
You
fucking
don't
creepy.
expect when he walks up to the locker that's what you're going to see inside.
yeah, a puma.
Well, and he has some kind of S&M equipment in there too. That's on
Seems
the
like
floor.
that. Yeah.
And it looks like maybe some cuffs or like a neck thing.
Just the whole
It's
walls
for
are
the
fuzzy.
puma.
Yeah,
For the cougar.
It's for the cougar. Nice.
it's for the cougar.
It's just a normal leash.
Yeah.
So that you can walk your cougar out of its fluff room.
That is a metaphor for your own masculinity.
Sure.
We're not going to go too deep into the lyrics of Nature of the Beast. It's just, if you can find it on YouTube, if that's all you wanted to partake in this movie, watch the music video for this. It's fucking terrible.
I've never seen anybody suck so bad in my life.
Oh, it's just
My
amazing.
favorite is when he becomes shipwrecked in the middle of the thing, and all of his pants are like he's a pirate.
He
he hulks out.
Yeah, he hulks out. His pants.
Well, yeah, no shirt, no
Change.
shoes,
Shipwreck pants.
shipwreck pants.
It's so weird.
And then he
And then the two ladies that join him in the dance choreography as they're doing like, cat claw
my
hand
gosh.
motion choreography
Yes.
as they're jumping around on each other.
and he starts doing like sexy cat push-ups
Uh-huh.
and like
That is
biting
the
the
perfect way to
air.
describe that.
And it is like, wow, if this was your idea, wow. If it wasn't, why are you doing it?
Yeah. No, did you see it? Oh boy. So the pack swears vengeance.
Wait. They end the video with him just putting the puma in the
Locker.
locker and
Right.
just shutting the
That's where
locker
it
like
lives.
He lives there.
that's where you live.
He lives there. The pack swears vengeance against Frankie. They call him the garbage man now.
He tosses us out like garbage. They go through a long string of thoughts and they end up on the other end that they're going to beat the shit out of
Yeah,
him.
get him.
They really stretch out that garbage man analogy.
Oh, it's so weird. The dialogue is so terrible right there. And then Dee Dee dumps Absid up in the spaceship because he's like, let's go to my planet. You'll never come home again. And also you have to get rid of all your emotions, just like I need a tune-up on my emotion removal surgery. And she's like, what? Dude, fuck that shit. I'm out.
Also, why are you even here? If you're
Right?
here for rock and that doesn't even make sense.
It does not make sense. Yeah, no. So their whole relationship is done, which makes him have a whole role reversal where now it appears that he's like, okay, well, I've learned my lesson about life on Earth. I must help these two, Frankie and Dee Dee, find love together again.
Because he stopped punching people, so he's not a dickhead anymore. No, he's still a total
He's still
dickhead.
a total dickhead. Because down on Earth, the other slasher guy has found Frankie and is trying to kill him, and Dee Dee runs in and she's like, no, Frankie, watch out.
She says, look out.
Look out.
He's already on top of me.
What am I looking for exactly?
What is there somebody else that's going to fall from the sky?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm looking out for?
Woo, look out.
Stay back, Diddy, stay back.
And he fights the slasher off, and then the leg monster comes in and grabs Dee Dee, and it's in the halls of the high school.
It seems to be just wrapped around the whole school.
Yeah, as well, because it's, again, suddenly had some weird motivation to be in this movie.
It likes, I'm telling you, it's in the movie like periodically. It just is sneaking into shots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
it's just
It's
like,
always been there. You just don't notice it unless you're looking for it like I was, because I was like, oh, there's the monster again.
I don't know what its goal is.
it's just a silent thread of hentai constantly throughout the movie.
To not gloss over this, right after your main character leaves the spaceship, goes back to the high school to find her ex-boyfriend being attacked by a psycho killer, and then they all get attacked by a giant squid that wraps itself around the high school. That is an amazing sentence right there.
I don't know.
And then they're saved by Chainsaw Guy.
they're saved by Chainsaw Guy because that joke finally pays off. They're now pals.
I think they're more.
They're more. And he gets the chainsaw going, cuts through the wall, goes in there, finds the squid monster, cuts just the smallest bit off that he can. It's not like the whole arm or anything, just the tip.
And I had to look for this because I read that they were going to do blood, but they decided not to. But they couldn't just not do anything, so they shot bubbles out
I liked
there.
the bubbles. I thought the bubbles was a nice touch.
Okay, all right.
I thought it was weird, and at this point, I was like, you know what, shipwreck Puma guy, and now we have monster bubbles. I'm in.
Monster bubbles. That's what they're made of inside.
Oh.
It's like rainbows and unicorns. It's just monster bubbles.
So you actually want to get molested by this giant squid.
Yeah. Bubbles. Okay, so now the chainsaw and the mechanic are in love, or Diane, I should say. Frankie and Dee Dee are now back together. They're in love. And the pack has gone up into the spaceship and vandalized it. They didn't kill any of because they're murderers. We have that established. Yeah. But they don't do any. They just spray paint the inside of the spaceship and then I guess bail.
Yeah.
No, the one guy's still in there.
Yeah, but it seems like he kind of got drunk or something because he's laying in a tube.
He just got tired.
Yeah.
Took a nap.
That was a little odd. Like, why are you in that tube?
Why did they just go in there and spray paint the alphabet Devo sucks or whatever their name is?
Get out of here, aliens.
Stupids.
Like,
Stupids.
And they're really dejected about it because their emotions are back, I guess, because they're sad.
Right. Our spaceship, bummer. Let's help these guys fall in love because the pack is still going to try to kill Frankie, but they hit a keyboard button, like an actual Roland keyboard, not a QWERTY keyboard, and it churns the pack into Boy Scouts.
I thought they were Girl Scouts.
Or
They're
whatever.
something dumb.
There's something dumb. And they turn Sheriff Ruth Bader and the deputy into windsurfers.
Yeah. Why not?
They clean up the lake, and then, the ending shot is my Loch Ness Monster guy, and he's got his little arm up, and he's got a bandage on it, and it says Loch Ness or bust.
Yep, he's out of there.
I love that little thing.
Oh my gosh, you're so weird. And then they leave Earth and go on to their next. I don't know if they learned a lesson, if they just go study other rock planets, all Star Trek.
Go make another planet stupid for about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Well, and then we end with Frankie and Pia Zedora, Dee Dee doing a duet, and I think you were going to talk about. You mentioned this earlier a little bit in front of just the cheapest mall green screen.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's
and the song, since the song again has lyrics that include rainbow, sky, sunshine, and light. As they say those words, the background has rainbows and sunshine and sky.
Oh my gosh. It's high school photo day guy, the photographer who does that shit.
Well, I think you used to go to the mall and pay $20 and you could be in the music video, and there was like really it was this. It was exactly this.
Yeah.
And then they're doing it, and Scheffer is like, maybe it's Maybelline all over the fucking place.
Absolutely.
He's like shaking and flashing, and it's
And again, it's just him lip syncing to Jermaine Jackson from the beginning of the movie.
And you'd really think that he would have brought his Puma in.
Yeah, bring the Puma, man. Just you gotta get it out of there. You can't leave it in a locker.
Puma man.
Yeah, Puma man. All right. Questions. Who wants to go first?
Is there any two bigger assholes that have ever been in a movie
than Pia Zedora and Craig Scheffer?
Or their characters?
Man.
Those are the worst people.
Okay, why is Pia Zedora's character bad?
If she's going out with him, she's just as bad.
Well, and she doesn't really care about Rock Alien Guy.
No.
She
anything.
is just in it for the fame and fortune. He's like, do you even love me? And she's like, sure, I don't know.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm going to get a book deal, and I'm going to get a recording
I'm
thing.
I'm going to be famous. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she doesn't give a shit about anybody.
She's totally pulling a Lady Gaga from that stupid Stars Born movie. Yeah, no, they suck. Both of these people suck. He at least has a character journey, which goes from, hey, I'm a tough guy, to, I super love my girlfriend.
Kind of, but it's not much of a journey. It's like he crossed the street to not punching people.
Eric, question?
Yeah, I got a question. So Final Count is a 90-minute movie.
Uh-huh.
I put in the opening credits and the closing credits into the music video category.
Absolutely.
What your guys' guess for breakdown of music video versus non-music video sections of the movie? You got 90 minutes to work with. What's your breakdown?
Oh man. Okay. I'm saying out of 90 minutes, I bet 70 of them were spent on music.
I'm gonna say that there was probably 12 music numbers total, which is a lot. But there's just no way that it's that much. I'm gonna go 40.
I say 55. 55 minutes.
Justin, you got it right on the nose. 40 minutes
Boom.
of music video, 50 minutes of plot.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's why I need to go to Burbank and shake
There you
hands
go.
with Drew Carey because I am the Price is Right.
20 minutes, like a huge chunk of that non-music video part comes in the final half hour of the movie, where things kind of slow down and start to suck overall. But so up until that point, it's pretty equal, or even more music video for the first two-thirds of the movie.
I think it is. It's chock full, that's for sure.
So how long before she leaves Frankie? Because he's not going to go anywhere. She's not going to get famous with him.
She's not going to get famous with him. He doesn't even have a band.
No.
His band.
As soon as
even
she
if
finds
they-
a better band, she's gone.
Yeah, but is there a better band at Lake Erie? She'd have to get out of there. And who's going to take her? She sucks. I think she's stuck with him. She's going nowhere. But it's an on and off thing. She'll dump him, and then he'll go, "I'm so sad. I'm not a Panther. Love me." And then she's like, "I got nobody better than you because your band is now a bunch of Girl Scouts."
Yeah. About like once every 3 months, he beats up somebody who's just passing through. And she's like, "You're such a son of a bitch. I love you."
Yeah. Don't ever leave me again.
Because she actually likes it when he beats people up.
Yeah. No, they're for each other, Jackie. She can't do better.
She can't do better. All right.
My question is, do they rock?
No.
Do the rock aliens rock?
No, they don't.
No, they sure don't.
Nope.
Sorry, Rima, the band. You guys suck.
Telling you, they couldn't make it as Christian rockers. They're not going to make it any other way.
They are so bad.
No, I think the Stray Cat Band is a little more rock.
Yeah.
Is a little bit rock.
Yeah,
but they're not great either. But for just who they could find to be in this movie. But then again, I mean, if you're gonna pay for the cinematographer of Star Wars,
Right?
I mean, what were the Stray Cats actually doing? How much could they have cost?
I mean, you could have gotten El DeBarge or something too.
I think that those people all said no.
El DeBarge said no.
Everybody.
It's too
Everybody
good. It's not good
except
enough
for
El DeBarge.
Rima and Jimmy and the Mustangs. They all said no.
What about
And
Right Said
Jermaine.
Fred? Were they available?
They weren't there yet. And if they were, he would have said no.
Oh man. Okay. Who else?
Favorite character?
Boy, do I have obviously Jermaine Jackson.
I'm gonna
but,
have to say the sheriff.
Yeah, probably Ruth Gordon. That's a good call. I thought again Michael Berryman did a really good job, and I thought he was actually fun. I don't think he stunk. I think he took his character that he always plays and spoofed it, and I thought that was admirable that he did that. So
Absolutely.
it was like Jaws
also,
and Happy
I
Gilmore.
have to agree with that with Michael Berryman. And then just by being close, I think the Diane character, benefited from that too, because she worked well with him in that scene, and even when they were like all the aliens were like picking on her clothes and stuff. I don't know. She just, and maybe it's just her next to Pia Zedora makes her look like an amazing actress.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Jax?
The sea monster.
Sea Monster. Okay, we should clear that one up. Is this movie worse than The Apple?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it is too.
In
Which The
the-
Apple is
Have you seen the Apple,
as bad
Eric?
as it gets.
I've only seen clips of it. And I don't know. It doesn't look like entertaining to me. I think this movie is on an entertainment level is just I mean, like I said, I've watched this over and over and over again, and I'm entertained every time until maybe the last 20 minutes. But from a story,
From a production standpoint,
there's no story. It's just something, people say a couple things so that another music video can happen.
Yeah.
And it's just funny every single time.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but Golan and Globus were better at making music movies than Pia Zedora.
There's a chance that I would watch this again, whereas I'm never watching The Apple
I will
again,
never
though.
watch The Apple again, though. You're absolutely right about that. Jackie loves The Apple.
I love The Apple. I thought it was great.
Yeah. No,
But I would watch this movie again, Rock Aliens.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to give it a do.
So are we wrapped up with questions, or
think
we
so.
want to give into final recommendations?
I have a question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
When the robot got turned into a fire hydrant, were there any? Could you guys see the comedy coming that was coming down the road?
Yes. What else are you going to do with a fire hydrant? There's going to be a dog that tries to pee on it, but they flipped it in reverse.
Yeah, flip it and reverse it. Yep.
Yep. And you got
I
somebody a
remember watching
parking
it for the
ticket.
first time, and the whole room was like, "Hey, I bet you that something happens with the dog in that fire hydrant." Yep.
It sure does. All right, final recommendations. I'm going to start with you, Sam.
I think it's a mega do.
Okay.
I think you just have to. That being said, I probably hated every second of this movie.
Sam was writhing just a little bit in his chair in uncomfortableness.
Craig Scheffer was like inside my head. He was inside my head, destroying my universe with suck.
Yeah. He is the mind flayer from Stranger Things.
Yes.
I am also going to give it a do with two very strong caveats. If you do not like musicals, do not. And I would also say that unfortunately there's a large contingent of people that were never alive in the 80s, and I think a lot of what you come here for is to be like, oh my god, yes, this was how it was.
Yeah, it's a time capsule.
So much crap was shoved in our throats because of media's access, cable networks, and MTV, obviously, and the visual aspect of music. This is what it was. And so if you don't have that, I kind of think you might have a totally different experience watching it. But the other caveat is if you're touring bottom 100 films or films that should be in the IMDb bottom 100, this has a spot. I believe that this is the worst musical I've ever seen in my entire life. And that should be something that film historians should take part in.
Absolutely.
Jackie?
Oh, I already said I'm giving it a do.
Yeah.
I was entertained, and I'm with Sam. The singing was awful, but if you can kind of get past that, and you can just kind of watch the people that are in the movie and watch like the backup dancers and stuff, there's just some weird shit back there.
Weird shit.
And I don't even think that I saw even half of it, and I was watching for it.
Yeah.
Like an old guy who's, I don't know, maybe he's dead. He's reading the newspaper, and there's an empty bottle of whiskey there.
I have no idea. Why doesn't the psycho just kill him? It's so strange. Eric, we know where you're going to be at. You're going to be on a do, but why don't you tell us why it's a forever do for you?
Like you said, a mega do. I put this up there with Troll 2 in the so bad it's good, because you're just constantly laughing at the insanity of it, the bad acting in it. And it's like in Troll 2, it continues to be funny in different ways as the whole story evolves, because like I guess that's what they've tried to do from the beginning, is make it look like you're switching channels between different movies, and then they all just merge together.
Right.
It's just 80s insanity on the screen. And maybe you weren't alive, so you didn't know what it was like back then. But if for no other reason, it should be watched so that we know what to avoid from the 80s. This is all of the crazy, weird part of the 80s that should never be duplicated.
Right.
And for that reason, maybe this should be preserved and watched and studied.
Yeah, whereas like Stranger Things that everybody's watching, and Jackie and I are watching it right now, is like everything that was good about the 80s.
Right.
This is the opposite of that completely. So there you go. Eric, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you once again, and we'll do your pluggables, as the other podcasts like to say.
Oh, God, you're a hipster now.
Yeah, pluggables. Give us your pluggables.
Can't we call them ploppins?
Ploppins.
No. Don't ever look up plopping on the internet, but it's super fucking gross. And don't use this.
Eric, please give us your pluggables as soon as you can before Jackie starts talking again.
Sure. So the Double Loop podcast, whatever you listen to podcasts on, you can you just type in Double Loop podcast and you can find it, or doubleloop.podcast.com, or I think SoundCloud is where we store things, so you can listen online there. And for lovers of bad movies, I'll throw out another plug to something I did a long time ago. Friends and I, again, we were so into bad movies, we decided to make our own. It's called Life Room, Life Room, which is on Amazon Prime. It's a zero-budget zombie movie. It's not good, so don't go running off looking for the most amazing bad movie out there. But it is short because we kind of finished and only ended up with 65 minutes, so that was what it is. So
yeah,
I gave you guys a copy when I hung out with you guys in Idaho, but I don't know. It was a fun little project friends and I did one summer, and now I can say I made a zombie movie. Can't say I made a good one, but it's got zombies.
There you go.
Well, we always tell our fans that we encourage any artistic endeavors that they've ever taken on to share, because that's how kind of we're supported as well, is people care about what we do on the side and help us out with that. And so a lot of fans have found the same connection by sharing what they've done. So please go check out Life Room on Amazon Prime. We are going to be doing a streaming do's and don't on it soon. So thank you so much for being here, for having us, Eric, on your a podcast called Stinker Madness. I totally was going to say that for a second. Thank you for coming and being on our show. It's always a pleasure to talk to you and have you around. And thank you so much for bringing this movie to our attention, and hopefully we'll have shared it with a whole new group of people as well that will write us hate mail.
That's the dream.
Yeah. So, all right, Eric,
and who knows? Maybe if we can figure out a topic, I can have you guys guest onto my podcast.
Yeah, that would be the worst thing you could
don't
ever do.
want to have any of us talk about science at all. I'm like the best at it, and I suck.
Jackie would just ask you questions about fingerprints on butts,
You
like
just have
how
to-
do fingerprints and butts work.
You know what though? It's kind of what we actually did interview someone who's kind of interested in true crime a couple months ago, and but doesn't really know a whole lot about it, just to kind of get the layperson view, because part of our job is going into court and telling people on the jury who are just average regular people like you guys. So it's sometimes helpful for us people, fingerprint people doing the job, to hear the questions and thoughts of regular people, to see what they're thinking, so we can try to explain things better to them.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Like, can you get a fingerprint if you stick your finger up somebody's butt? Can they?
That's exactly what she's gonna do.
Like, would you leave a fingerprint, or would it just kind of get messed up?
Yeah,
So-
inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, I mean, that you could be the first guy to write a paper on butthole fingerprinting.
Indeed.
And then I would be like,
that's-
that happened on our podcast. I know that guy. He's the butthole fingerprint guy.
Oh my god, Jackie,
What?
you're so weird.
I am weird. I'm sorry, but it's true.
All right,
I'm gonna have to workshop that nickname.
All right, team, we are going to have to wrap up this week. Next week, it is my pick. We're back at the top of the rotation, and we will be watching a controversial choice that we may or may not get some hate mail from, and that Sam will have some very choice words for me for choosing, but we're finally going to do Rumble in the Bronx. It's time to introduce a whole new generation again to the majesty that is that movie, the greatest kung fu movie of all time. Eric, what we do whenever we have a guest on the show is they always take us out by giving us a little get to the chopper. So if you would, your best get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Nice.
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.